We're on.
I know.
Thanks for joining us again, everybody. A hex on all the houses. Welcome back
Wow.
to Hustle and Schmear, where the hustle is real and the schmear is extra. Today we're getting a little spiritual and a little surreal. I'm Jason Salstein.
Let's Cohen.
Today we're joined by Nanse Kawashima, a Japanese-born, New York-based artist who also focuses on Reiki healing and psychic channeling with a little tarot thrown in. And we don't mean the chips.
She's lived everywhere from El Salvador to Jamaica, Hawaii, and Japan. So her practice and work has this incredible sensitivity to culture, symbolism, and identity.
It's nostalgic, enchanting, haunting, and even magical.
So if you leave this episode questioning your past lives or an empty wall, just know that's intentional. Welcome to Hustle and Schmear.
Nanse
Cohen.
Kawashima, welcome to the pod.
Having
Welcome.
me. Nice to meet you
We're
guys.
so excited to have you. Our first question we always kick off. Coffee
Right.
talk. What's your coffee order? Are you drinking coffee, tea?
I'm drinking green tea. I like coffee and I drink it sometimes, but I'm not one of those people that are like, I don't function if I don't have that.
Okay, let's start it off. From Japan to New York, tell us about yourself.
It's a long story, but I'll try to make it as short as I can. Before Japan to New York, I graduated high school in Hawaii. And then before that, I was in boarding school in Japan for 2 years. And I ran away once. Yeah, I mean, everything about me is not normal when I go back to Japan. Even though I am Japanese, right? I grew up in so many different cultures. My parents are both Japanese, but my parents are also very unusual too. They met in El Salvador, and my name is actually named after a tree in El Salvador. Yeah, so they're already kind of eccentric anyway to begin with. So me living abroad and then going back to the motherland, I don't like totally blend in necessarily. After high school, I wanted to study design in Tokyo. I also got really lucky because I had a lot of older friends. They graduated before me, and I could see how their career was going. But back then, people would work many weekends in a row and not have any time off. They would take the last train home. And
Yeah.
also, me being not the most super Japanese person in Japan, I feel like as a woman, it could be very misogynistic, very sexist. It's very hierarchical as well, societally. I just didn't really see myself really working there. I think it's a lot better now, but back then, I was studying visual design. So I would have gone into the world of ads or graphic design. And they like to use English words, and sometimes they don't make sense, or like sometimes it's
So
embarrassing.
like in the marketing. Okay, got
And
it.
I was like, I can't have my name on that. Being in a sexist place and being told to design something where it doesn't make any sense grammatically, like I was like, there's no fucking way I'm gonna do that. Sorry, I just sweared, but
No,
Oh,
that's okay.
yeah, we're going to use that as a clip.
and I had a green card because I lived in Hawaii previously. So I just figured I'm gonna graduate. I'm not gonna work in Japan, but instead maybe I'll just continue my studies in New York.
Big
Um,
shift. I mean, well, it's far. It's a big
yes.
shift. It's a leap of faith.
So I moved here. I didn't know anyone, and I ended up studying accessories design, and I was actually a handbag and shoe designer for
Oh,
like 7 years.
Jason's a handbag designer.
That's
No
what I do for
way!
yeah, that's what I
That's
do for work.
amazing. Oh,
So I go to Japan a lot. I totally understand. Just
yeah.
from the little bit I've seen, it's a
Yes.
very interesting dynamic in Tokyo and different for American women. I
Yeah.
This
understand
is
it.
in her Tokyo adjacent
I,
era. She
I
really
call it
wants.
Tokyo adjacent. It's my hair. I'm wearing Sakai all the time. I'm obsessed. Okay.
Oh,
I love Tokyo, but I feel like I'm the loudest person there by far. Everybody is so quiet and
yeah.
dainty and
Yeah.
amazing, and they do everything so like preciously, which is great. But
Yeah.
it is the complete opposite of my like entire personality. So I
Right.
don't think I could ever live there full time, but I do love it. There is something magical about it, at
Yeah.
least Tokyo.
I feel like actually when I'm in Tokyo, I draw the most out of anywhere. And I don't know if you guys know about, we don't have to talk about this, but there's a thing called astrocartography. Different locations in the world have different planetary signatures for you. So for
Oh, we
me,
definitely need to talk
Yeah,
about
I
this.
love this.
okay, but I'm not an astrocartographer, so
Okay, but it's just interesting.
yeah, so for me, I think when I'm in Japan, I tend to be more poetic or artistic or you want to draw more. I would have more intense dreams or more connections to the spirit world in a different way than I do here. For me, it was also a place where I could easily get very depressed as well or feel paralyzed. That could also be part of a cultural thing, but I do think it's definitely more of a conservative, repressed culture. That's also part of why there's amazing, wild, crazy art that comes out of there too.
I want to pivot though. Was Reiki and psychic channeling and even the tarot that you were doing previously,
Yes.
was that always there or did that develop later?
What does Reiki even mean?
Well, yeah, we've got to
Right.
go through all of it.
Yes, for me, I'm from a maternal lineage where
Okay.
a lot of the women in my mother's side have these abilities. So I was kind of born with it. My grandmother really fostered it for me, knowingly or unknowingly. I think as a kid, it could be really difficult to navigate, being in the third dimension in this world with humans and also having access to other worlds and dimensions. I
So
think
this was a kid. Did you feel that
yes,
or okay?
absolutely. And for me, I would get a lot of stomach aches, or I would say things like, I'm seeing this or I'm feeling this. And for adults, it could be really uncomfortable, right? Because you're like,
Mhm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Scary a little bit. It could be a little scary. Like, oh,
Yeah.
hold on,
Or
what's
like
going on here?
it's just your imagination, right?
Right.
So
Right.
I think a lot of kids are actually very intuitive, but they lose it because the people around them as they're growing are like, no, that's not real. Or it's your imagination, just go to bed, right?
Right. You understand it, so you're like, no, that's not anything. But it
Yeah.
sounds like it's in your family, so they were able to
So how did
nourish
your
it.
grandmother encourage it? What was that like to talk to somebody who had the same
Yeah.
feeling and you could channel it? Or how do you
Yeah.
push it to actually use it?
Mhm. Well, as a kid, it could feel really scary. Seeing a
Mm.
ghost or feeling into someone's energy or having premonitions, it could feel really scary because you're like, well, what am I supposed to do with this information? So I would tell my grandmother, like, hey, I felt this thing or I saw this thing. And she would be like, okay, well, when you see this and it feels not safe or scary, you say this Buddhist mantra for protection, right?
You able to share that with us?
Yeah,
What is
sure. It's Namyo Horengekyo. So that's
That's
Oh,
my
like
this
favorite
is we've
from
already talked
Sanskrit.
about
Yeah,
this. Yeah.
I use that to calm down at times. A few years back, I was going through some really unfortunate situation. And I remember I would listen to that chant in a bathtub just to calm my nerves. I guess the energy, the drum, whatever it was, made me feel at ease and felt like I could focus whatever was in my inner thoughts, which
Yeah,
was
kind of like
not good at that time, Nanse.
yeah,
Okay,
that's
not good.
amazing.
yeah. So I didn't realize
I
that. Okay, so that's kind
yeah,
of a
I don't even
protective
know what it means to be honest.
fine. Almost like the humming or wait, so I have a question though. When you and maybe this is more about like current day your practice, do you have to kind of like be in a mindset to see or hear or feel when you're doing readings?
Right. Or is it at the grocery store and you just are like, get out of my head.
I'm wondering if like you kind of have to shut it down because especially in New York with that many
Yeah.
people, that would be overwhelming.
Oh yeah. People ask me this a lot and I wouldn't know what it's like to not be me. So definitely in a session, I'm opening a portal. I'm like, okay, we're switching on here. It's almost like a water faucet. It's like
Mhm.
I'm opening that,
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
portal. So obviously when I'm done, I'll close it and
Okay.
I'll be
But
like,
is it
okay.
leaky ever? Does it ever leak out? Yeah.
Sometimes I definitely have had leaky moments, where it's like, well, I thought this was closed. Do you want me to tell you a leaky story or is that too scary?
Sure.
Yeah.
Had this one client, I was channeling for her, and I was, whoa, do you have this big mirror? It's really old. It's kind of like facing a window. And she was like, I do actually. And I was like, belongs to someone. And
Just
it's
got
like,
the chills and I just
mirrors are portals. So
ugh.
it's really important to be aware of where you might place your mirror.
Where should we be placing it? Is there like
Definitely don't want a mirror in front of the front door because that shows money goes in and then it bounces right back
Yeah.
out.
Or
oh,
like you
okay.
don't want it above your bed.
Oh,
You don't
okay.
want the mirror facing your bed when you're sleeping, generally. So this mirror was definitely a powerful portal. And,
Oh,
she was like, I have a really difficult time sleeping. I have a lot of nightmares. I wake up.
whoa.
And I told her, like,
Ooh.
you might want to consider returning that mirror or, putting it somewhere else. My day's over. I go home and I'm getting ready for bed. And there's a difference between your mind thinking about something and something else entering your psychic field. And like getting ready to go to bed and the mirror like appears in my psychic field and it's
Wow.
like trying to like
Take you in.
bring me in.
Oh,
And I
oh,
was like, no, 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 no.
yes.
You need to leave.
Yes.
This is something even my grandmother taught me as an example. You just learn by practicing. You don't have to succumb to anything. You could always just shut it down. Like
Yeah.
it's almost if you're like in the public and someone hits on you, you don't have to say yes, right? You can
Right.
just be like, I'm not interested. So it's the same with spirit.
I always say that. I always say, I'm not into goat, to be honest. I'm like, no, not for me. I don't want it
Yeah.
to appear. I'm a nervous Nelly. I'm scared of the dark. I just know where I am, but maybe I have that ability. I don't think so. I think I would have thought about that, but you can put that out into the world. Hey, probably not for me. And I
Yeah.
don't think it comes in. Whereas it sounds like you were more open to it.
What do you say to skeptics who say, listen,
hmm
chill out, May Brown? Like, what?
Jason, that's a great question. I think that it's the same as anything else. It's like, well, do you believe in cold plunges or not?
Right.
It's not like I love it and it's for me. I just happen to have access to it.
Right. It's an interesting tool, I think. I don't know. And
hmm
it sounds like you do more tarot, but that used to be maybe more of your practice. And now you do more of this psychic channeling and Reiki. How do you define the difference?
Reiki is a healing tool. It's energy work. It's using a light touch of the hands, and it was basically created by or channeled by Dr. Usui in 1922 in Japan. And it's using your hands as a tool, and it's universal energy moving through the hands into, something else. It could be a person, it could be an inanimate object, it could be an animal. So I'm not, it's not my energy. That makes sense. And I would
Yeah.
say for the most part, a lot of my work, I'm really a conduit, like an appliance. I'm
Right.
just the messenger of that energy. I've studied a lot of different modalities and, holistic knowledge. So I will integrate that into my practice. If I'm feeling an imbalance in someone's body, then I might suggest something that's based on my Ayurvedic studies. I tend to be more of a minimalist and I don't really use a lot of physical tools. It's just my hands. I
That's
do
interesting.
work with like a sound artist. I have a group Reiki and sound session that I do every 5 weeks. So my collaborator is facilitating the sounds, and the sound is something that you're not just hearing, you're actually feeling it in your body. It's a resonance that you're feeling. So that amplifies the Reiki. And psychic channeling is different because with Reiki, you're really feeling it in your body when you're getting Reiki. It's not the same for everybody, but it's like, okay, I have more clarity so I can calm down. And with mediumship work, accessing, connecting with someone that has passed on. So that's also more mental as well.
Like a psychic channeling umbrella that's included in, or is it totally
Yeah,
different?
so technically, mediumship work is not the same as psychic channeling work. A lot of mediums would not put that together because you're working in a different plane. For me, when I'm doing Reiki or psychic channeling, sometimes I am channeling things, or sometimes someone that have passed on will come through and I will talk about that. And sometimes I have other entities that want to visit that are benevolent.
I'll just say this. I'm going to have to book a reading.
You did some tarot, you don't do it as much. I love tarot cards in the sense of how pretty they are and beautiful. I'm a little afraid to see what they stand for. I'm afraid if I pulled the card and it wasn't one I wanted, a little bit scared about, starting.
Could you reshuffle? Like, how do we do this?
I still do tarot. It's not like I
Okay.
don't do it, but I think my other offerings have become much more popular.
Is there a minute or two that we can
Yeah,
do a tarot?
of
Just because
course.
I think that might be the easiest to show
Yes.
people.
Okay. So who's going first?
I'll go first.
Oh,
Okay.
And I just ripped the band-aid off because otherwise,
rip it off.
rip it off.
Oh, okay. Is there anything in particular you have a question about? or you want to ask about, or just a
We
general
both
reading?
love life. Let's
No,
both.
no, 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 no. I think just in general, what's the meaning of life? Am I gonna find love? Will I be financially stable forever?
Want all of that.
I feel like I'm in a good spot, but there's a lot of
Unknown, would you say?
a little bit like Swiss cheese. There's a little holes that are empty that need to be filled. I just wanted to preface that in case the card of death comes or
God.
It's actually one of my favorite cards, actually.
oh,
Oh.
okay.
Is it really death to like an old version of you? Can you interpret it that way?
The tarot death is about endings and new
Right.
beginnings.
I'm a
Right.
phoenix rising through the sun.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's Phoenix energy. The tower is more like Phoenix energy to me. If you think about nature, nature is very cyclical. And I think we get so hung up on this idea of how time is linear. It's just from A to B and it's done. It's all cyclical. So when something dies off and the leaves fall, it's going to fall back onto earth and enrich that soil so that something new can also emerge, even stronger and better. I think the death card is actually really beautiful.
Okay, let's see if we pull the death card.
See what we get.
Okay. So what's your question actually? Like, do you just want to know how to move through your current obstacles?
Yeah, that would be good. It's how to navigate maybe where I'm at or what I should maybe look forward to or avoid.
Okay, so you have the Ace of Swords,
Okay.
Okay.
and this is upside down. So when it's right side up, we have this rocket shooting upwards, right? Ace cards are the purest forms of each of the elements. My deck is a little bit different, but this is the element of earth for me. So this has a lot to do with the mind. It's about good ideas, aha moments, where it's like a light bulb.
I said you're hitting it on the nose.
Yeah, but when it's upside down, it might suggest that you probably have this idea, but you're like, no, but that's not possible. How is that even worked out? It doesn't make any sense, or that's far-fetched, you know?
Well,
So, so
blown away. Just knowing Jason, this is spot on. I don't know,
okay.
Jason, if you feel that
It
way.
is a little like I question myself. I have self-doubts.
You have a lot of big idea. Like, sorry,
Yeah, I have a lot of big ideas.
You do.
Thank you for that. I
Yeah.
do
That was
like
amazing.
already. So
Okay, it's my turn.
Okay.
reshuffle for Liz, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to reshuffle.
Okay, so
But do I need to give you a question?
yeah.
I don't know what my question would be. I feel like I've reached a place in my life where most things are pretty great, but there is like a missing. I like that Swiss cheese thing, Jason. There's some gaps that I feel like still need plugging, and I don't know really what those are.
Got it.
So let's see. I'm nervous.
Okay, so here we have the Ten of Cups. Yours is also upside down. But Ten of Cups, when it's right side up, we have these two people and they're almost kissing each other, and it's all like connected with all these other cups. Ten of Cups has a lot to do with whole completion. It's usually about family, or people get this when they're ready to level up in their relationship. You know? So whenever it's upside down, it might suggest that maybe you're feeling you're not complete inside. Maybe there's this narrative in your mind where it's like, oh, that's not part of my narrative. It's almost like you want to confirm that narrative is true when something doesn't work out. I feel like for both of you, it's interesting because they're both upside down. So I think for you, it's absolutely possible, but maybe you don't believe in yourself that it's possible. And I think a lot of it is also about trusting the process. You're not gonna know how and why and when, right? There's a lot of things that I feel like happens in our lives, for good or for worse, where you're like, that doesn't make any sense. How is that even gonna happen or work out? But then you're like, oh,
I think both of us are very,
mm-hmm,
I don't know if I would call us type A, Jason, or we like to be in control. You
mm-hmm.
like that too. It's really challenging in an area of life where you can't really control the outcomes.
Yes,
Super
especially now.
frustrating. Yeah, super frustrating.
Yeah.
And so it's like my brain cannot compute that.
All right, moving on to Schmooze Fest.
Okay, wait, but by the way, I just
Yes.
need to pause there because that was really interesting. And I love that we did that side by side because both of our cards were down. Jason, I just feel like there's a lot to take away from that. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna have to process that later when we get off
Okay.
of this.
Who's
Should
that?
Okay, so this is just some quick, fun, rapid fire questions to get to know
Right.
you a little bit. What is your vibe in 3 words?
My vibe in 3 words. I would say I'm very practical. I'm
Mm,
definitely magical. There's a magical aspect of me for sure, but I'm very
okay.
practical. Super Virgo in that way. Um,
Okay.
I'm also multidimensional, and that could mean
I
like
like that.
multidimensional in terms of how I do art, and then I'm also doing healing, and I have a lot of different interests. I love studying a lot of different things. I have a lot of different groups of friends. But when I'm doing my work as a healing practitioner, I'm also going into other dimensions. I'm dabbling into different dimensions constantly.
That's great. Okay, one thing people always get wrong about the type of work you're doing,
I would say they get a lot of things wrong about
We can
basically
leave it
all.
at that. We can leave it at that.
Yeah, I love it.
I think a lot of pop culture, they have such a cliche way. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you got the death card or the devil card and you're
Yes.
doomed, right? Like that's why people get scared. A lot
Yeah.
of depictions are like premonitions. It's like predictive. So it's like this is going to happen to you. And, I don't really do that kind of session with my clients because I feel like there's a quantum field and there's invariable possibilities constantly, but it's all based on the frequency that you're on.
It could
It's really
change.
up to you.
It's not finite. Yeah.
I also think the way a lot of the healing industry and wellness, healing, especially anything that's occult or esoteric, the way it's depicted is as such that it repels a very wide range of audience. I'm not poo-pooing them. There's definitely validity in the way they want to express themselves, but I came from a design and art background. I tend to be more accessible to people that are design snobs or people that are like, I don't like this woo-woo aesthetic.
Okay. Place that has shaped you the most.
Okay. I mean, they've all kind of shaped me in a lot of different ways. I do feel
What's one
like
that resonates, maybe?
the one that resonates, maybe New York.
Yeah.
This is the longest place I've lived in my entire life. I've been here for like 25, 26 years now. I do think it resonates with me because one, I have such a multicultural background. New York is a melting pot of many different cultures, and people are always coming in and out from different countries and states, and we're all a bunch of weirdos here. So I feel it definitely validated me to be my own self, for
But
sure.
not as weird as LA. So you're
No,
Yeah.
but I feel like LA to me is more pockets, but
Mm,
New York, we're all on the train together, we're all out
yes.
walking together, we're all amongst each other, and it's not divided in that way, which I
Yeah.
find really unique. I actually don't find that many places. I feel like I've traveled quite a bit, even larger cities, maybe Paris a little bit. I do feel like this is truly that, to your
Yeah.
point, it's not perfect by any means,
Yeah.
but everyone's in the midst with each other. Have you ever had a reading that really surprised you or stuck with you?
I feel like they're all really special and unique. I think the
Okay.
ones that always stick out for me is when I have clients that are like, no, you're wrong. Like, that's not true. Or they're like, I don't resonate with this, or they get really triggered. And then I'm like, whoa, well, that's kind of weird because this keeps coming up and it feels very certain. They'll come back and they'll be like, you know what, you're right.
Right.
I just wasn't ready to accept that or reveal that.
I mean, I guess that's the point of doing
Get
it.
ready, Liz.
I
Uh-oh.
mean, that's don't worry. Usually it's 2 out of 10 or something. It's
Yeah.
not common.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I love all my clients. It's also a good lesson for me. I always
Until you
take
sit with
advice
Liz and her head
too.
turns around 3 times and
Oh
spins.
my
And
God.
time for this or that. This or that is a quick A or B question. All right,
Okay.
ready? Tarot or Reiki?
Ooh, maybe Reiki. They're both great.
NYC or Tokyo?
These are really difficult.
You could say both probably on these two.
Call them both.
Are you a morning person or a night person?
Oh, definitely morning.
And do you go more with intuition or logic?
Intuition.
Vintage or modern?
Both.
Are you more of an introvert or extrovert?
I'm definitely a hermit, but I do love to go out and party.
Okay.
Oh,
And then
that's
I become
interesting.
a hermit after that.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
Predict the future or read the present?
Read the present.
That was a good one to end on. I like that one. Okay. Nosh of the day. So this is just a quick segment where we discuss our favorite restaurants, recipes, or maybe even where you want to go next. We live in
Okay.
the city. There's so many places to go. I have 1,000 things on my map. So I'm going to mention one that I just went to, but I feel like there's so many more. So I'm curious to hear yours. I went to Honey's Bakery and
Uh-huh.
Cafe. It was right by Astor Place.
Okay.
Awning was this great green color. I had this pistachio ice latte. They also had this Rice Krispie treat. I mean, their baked goods were insane and beautiful. I didn't try
Yeah.
them, but they looked amazing. Highly recommend.
Yeah.
Jason, what's
Um,
yours?
I went to Coconut Grove this week and had a little bit of barbecue at the Drunken Pig and a burger at Chuggy's. They're owned by the same group. Very
Yeah.
good, very casual, and the Grove's popping. And your turn, Nanse.
Well, I don't really go out that much, but my friend took me to the Four Horsemen for lunch the other day.
Oh, I heard that was amazing.
Yeah, but we ended up having like a 3 hour lunch there, and it was really a
Oh, wow.
fantastic. Yeah, it was very busy, very cute people. The wait
Mhm.
staff was super friendly and like
I love that.
very informative.
As part of Nosh, what's your bagel order?
You're in the city. It's a
Yeah,
Sunday. What's happening?
What do you get?
I'm pretty simple. Everything bagel with cream
Hmm.
cheese and some lox and capers.
All right, Mitzvah of the Day. Mitzvah of the Day is our last segment. It's a moment where we take a break from the hustle and spotlight everyday acts of kindness. Today's mitzvah is protect your energy, everybody, and respect someone else's. Not every moment needs advice. Sometimes it just needs awareness. And sometimes
Oh,
you got to tell your best friend, the energy you're given isn't the energy I want. So have the day you deserve.
that's
Love
good.
On that note, that ends our episode. Nanse, thank you so much for joining us. This
Thank
was
you
equal
for
parts
having
scrambling,
me.
slightly exposing in the best way. A
Yeah.
lot to digest after Liz and I pulled upside down.
Still thinking about it all.
Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hustle and Schmear. Nanse, how does everybody reach out to you? What's the best way to book you for an appointment?
So my website and business is called Sibylline Vein, SIBYLLINEVEIN.com. And I'm also on Instagram as Nanse Kawashima. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nanse. Ladies, Liz, Nanse, please read us out.
Okay, the hustle is real.
And the schmear is extra.